Okay, so we've already talked about after you run the shade report, you saw that this one was over 80%, so we just completed it as normal. However, if we ran the shade report and this one was under 70% annual TSRF average across all the modules, what we would do is we'd come over to the customer account in Zendesk. We'd come up to the edit menu. Once you're in the edit menu, you're going to come to this section right here at the top that says stage. And in this drop-down menu under stage, you're going to select unqualified. You'll see a new drop-down menu appear. This one's called unqualified reason. Now, whenever you unqualify a home, you have to give the reason. Now, in this particular instance, it's for the 70% TSRF rule. So what we will mark is poor solar conditions for the reason. Then you'll come down here and you're going to click save. Now, after you have marked it as unqualified, left a reason, and hit save, you absolutely have to leave a note in Zendesk. And you leave it right here. So when you're leaving a note, remember, it's basically what you did, why you did it, and leave your name and department. In this case, I would say the home is unqualified due to poor solar conditions. You also have to specify what is causing the poor solar conditions. I would just add caused by trees in the area. Underneath, I'll leave a dash, then my name, and in parentheses, my department. Then I would hit save. In this case, I don't actually want to unqualify this home, so I'm just going to hit cancel, but normally you just hit save. Now, all Blue Raven employees can see this note, and that's really good because there'll be no question. Whoever grabs this account won't be wondering why this home will be unqualified because you've left a note explaining exactly why. So that is how you unqualify a home, specifically in this case for the 70% TSRF rule. There are a couple other times where you would unqualify a home, and we'll definitely talk about those later. If not in pre-design training, then in the proposal side of training. However, I do want to briefly mention something about the 70% TSRF rule itself. If you go to the props wiki and you go to additional rules and info and you click on the 70% TSRF rule, here you can get the rundown on how to actually go about doing the shade report and the requirements for that. There are some exceptions to this rule, however, and they're all listed here. So you can find the different types of leads they are. Certain leads either we've already paid for or they're referrals or something like that where we want to kind of ignore the 70% TSRF rule. And how you find these is in Zendesk over on this left side column. You can look right here and you can see that this one is a paid lead gen. And so if we go back to the proposals wiki, we can see if that counts as something that we can unqualify due to the 70% TSRF rule. We are able to unqualify paid lead gens. So when you have a house that you're unqualifying for a 70% TSRF rule, just keep this page open, reference it to make sure that you're unqualifying only ones that can be unqualified.